What is going on, guys? Rewinds here, and in this video I'm going to be bringing you guys the full spoilers for Boruto Manga Chapter 77. So I did make my first spoiler video earlier on in the day where we had major spoilers of what's to come in this chapter, but in this one I'm going to be bringing you guys the full spoilers. We're lucky enough to get this month. We haven't gotten this, I believe, in the last few. So it's pretty cool that we are getting the full spoilers this month. So shout out to Abdul Soldik and the other translator Rocha Luana for the translations and the spoilers. So let's have a look at everything that's going to be happening in Boruto Chapter 77. So these full chapter spoilers are going to consist of 4 parts this time. So we are going to start right here with part 1, of course. And first off, I want to mention Chapter 77 is titled Imminent Moment or Approaching Time. And the chapter begins with Kawaki already angry, knowing that Momoshiki is in a certain way sharing body and mind with Boruto. Even though Boruto says that Momoshiki wasn't there at that moment, his anger doesn't dissipate. Also, I do want to say I apologize if you guys can't see this super well. This is the most I can zoom into this image at the moment, so I'm going to try my best to just read it very clearly to you guys. But moving on, Sarada and Sumire arrive into the main living room where Boruto and Kawaki are quarreling. Sarada immediately tries to intervene with words. Sumire starts having a flashback to the last time she talked to Kawaki, where he confirms to her about killing Boruto. Something else seems to have crossed her mind, as with wide eyes she reflects and then says, Kawaki. As Sarada tries to talk to them and indirectly reminds them of the mission, Kawaki asks Sarada to step aside. The scene changes and we find Daemon, who is laughing and enjoying the situation. Ada is also briefly shown with a somewhat indecipherable expression. Shikamaru, on the other hand, and through mental communication, asks Kawaki to immediately stop what he was doing. But no matter what people say, Kawaki is extremely angry and is not willing to let go of Boruto. He seems certain that Momoshiki is up to something. That's what his intuition says. Shikamaru, however, still tries to convince him. Shikamaru says, just try to remember about Boruto and Naruto's face when he lost his son. A brief moment in which Kawaki seems to have been silent, Shikamaru went on to say, you didn't forget about that, did you? Cool off first and think about it. From that brief reflection, Kawaki reluctantly decides to let go of Boruto's shirt, which until then was crumpled under his hands. Boruto makes an uncomfortable expression, after which he says, hey, where are you going? Kawaki simply turns his back and walks away, leaving Boruto behind and a stunned Sarada. So of course, Sarada's surprised because I don't think she knows about the whole Kawaki killed Boruto thing. So this is, I guess, coming a little more surprising to her, and I think this is going to lead into the events that we saw foreshadowed in that time lapse that we had with Momoshiki, I believe, in Chapter 75. Moving on, already going up the stairs and towards the exit, Kawaki just responds with, I'm gonna take care of something. Mind your own business? Not satisfied, Boruto runs after him to try again to start a conversation. He says, hey, don't do what you just want to. We are in the middle of a mission. It doesn't matter what Boruto says. Kawaki just keeps walking and ignoring him. Shikamaru observes everything that is happening and asks the sensorial team to follow Kawaki's chakra traces. However, from another place, someone on that team says they are unable to track Kawaki. Shikamaru doesn't understand what's going on and is responded by the member of the sensory team with, he's probably hiding his chakra. Boruto keeps trying to go after Kawaki, while Shikamaru is irritated by his lack of location. From another place, it is possible to see Konoha and Mitsuki. Mitsuki spots Boruto while at the same time being called by Shikamaru, who asks if Kawaki has been seen. Boruto suddenly thinks, Sukuna Hikona? I think I remember the name of the technique. That's when he shrinks himself. I believe that's the Ishiki technique. Correct me if I'm wrong though. Meanwhile, Ada and Daemon leave the room together without permission. On the next page, Boruto is also informed by Shikamaru that Kawaki is hiding his chakra. Boruto keeps looking all over where Kawaki could be. He says that he can feel Kawaki, but he doesn't know how to identify his exact position. Still on the other side, Mitsuki informs Konohamaru that Ada left from where she was. Ada calls the girls to follow her, and Boruto asks them not to leave from where they are as they are still on a mission. However, she doesn't care, and it bothers her that Boruto tells her what she should and shouldn't do. And that concludes part 1 pretty much, and as you guys can see, this is pretty much some of the, I guess you can say, catalysts for events that are to come more later in this chapter if you've seen my previous spoiler video. Let's move on to part 2. Moving on to part 2, the scene shifts over to another dimension where Bug is drinking. Then the mini Jubies are next to him, and while looking at them, he says, "Doesn't matter what, I will never get used to this." After seeing Code, Bug wonders, "How many do you have now? These Sumieka? Sumieka, I think? I guess that's what these soldiers are going to be called, I'm guessing." Code comments that he wanted to surprise everyone with the army he's assembled. However, Ada's presence there won't let him cause a commotion. The scene switches back to Shikamaru, who is talking to Ada. Shikamaru is now surprised by the newly learned information that Code has an army of monsters fragmented from the Ten Tails. Shikamaru says, 100 bodies, you mean? Ada says, that's correct. They are called Sumeka. I hope I'm saying that right. But 100 of them, that is a lot. So it kind of seems like, it's kind of giving me like war vibes. Maybe like a mini war or invasion kind of vibes whenever Code strikes, but we'll see what they do with it. Let's see. After Shikamaru considering this information, Ada adds, he, being Code, thinks he lost everything to Kawaki. This includes Ishiki and me. Shikamaru reflects and comments that he heard that Konoha is also included in Code's revenge list, once mentioned by Ada. After hearing some screaming in between his sensory connection with Ada, the scene changes to Ada herself in a clothing store where the saleswoman says that the coat she is trying on fits her perfectly well. Blushing profusely, Shikamaru asks her to focus on what really matters, the story. Ada and Sumire be like, "Whoa, everything fits you. That's right." The scene shifts to Boruto, where he and Daemon are literally playing piggybacks. Boruto comments that, "I am not comfortable." Suddenly, Daemon senses something. He frantically rushes outside the shop and spots Himawari. He grabs her and asks, "You, who are you?" Daemon rushes towards Himawari, looking to land a punch, but Boruto drags him back. Himawari looks scared as she is very unsure of what just happened. Boruto yells at Daemon saying, "Hey, what are you doing?" Daemon is, as he is being dragged back by Boruto, says, "Why didn't you dodge it? It's easy, isn't it, for you?" Himawari still looks perplexed. Boruto tells Daemon that Himawari doesn't know how to fight and isn't a shinobi, and suggests that Daemon is going too far. Daemon is confused because from the outside, Himawari looks weak, but then he adds, "That feeling I felt from you just now, from you, that intensity, power." And that wraps up part 2. Seems like we are foreshadowing some Himawari stuff to come. We're moving on to part 3 now, but before I do that, if you guys have any guesses what this hidden power of Himawari could be hinting at, because Daemon thinks that she's strong, let me know what you think that is in the comments below. I'm excited to hear some of your guys' theories and opinions on what it could be. But I am excited to see what they do with her in the future too. I feel like post time skip, a lot's gonna involve her in some sort of way as well, which I think will be pretty cool. But part 3 here, the scene now switches to the Uzumaki residence. We see a Jonin keeping watch over the house. Hinata is setting up the plates for dinner, and Naruto is helping. Hinata is smiling softly. She is happy that Naruto could join her and Himawari for dinner, but wishes that Boruto and Kawaki were also part of this. Hinata asks Naruto, how long will the mission last? Naruto responds that he doesn't know when it will end, but he does know that it won't end that easily. As Naruto tries to lighten the mood by calling them troublemakers, Kawaki enters the living room out of nowhere. No one was able to detect him coming inside the house. Naruto says, Kawaki, where do you came from? Kawaki takes a seat and calls the surveillance team incompetent as they rely on chakra detection too much. He was able to enter the house without being detected by anyone. Kawaki then requests Naruto not to inform the others that he is here. Naruto asks Kawaki about his mission. What happened to your mission? Kawaki tells Naruto that he is here to discuss something with him. Kawaki begins the conversation by thanking Naruto for everything he has done for him. I don't mean to sound cliched, but you have my deepest gratitude. Naruto doesn't understand where all this is coming from. Kawaki goes on to mention that Naruto has changed his life. He was treated as a good-for-nothing vessel before. Naruto replies back by saying that Kawaki is overreacting or over-exaggerating. He continues and says that he, being Kawaki, has always been a great guy, a guy who sacrificed himself to protect Himawari, sacrificed himself to protect him, and everyone but himself. Kawaki says that Naruto made him a person he never knew he was. You awakened a part of me I didn't even know existed. Kawaki then reinstates that he would die without hesitation to protect you, you being Naruto here, anytime, and would do anything. Kawaki goes on to mention that the world is full of crap, people, and usually good people like Naruto die first, and that will continue to happen as long as these Otsutsukis exist. Naruto says that it's their job as shinobis to deal with that. Kawaki claims that shinobis are the one who die first. Naruto fails to understand Kawaki. So as we can see here, this is leading to a big moment coming up, but this definitely shows how Kawaki's understanding and philosophy of shinobi really differs from Naruto, and I think also from what Boruto thinks of shinobi. Let's move on now to part 4, the final part. Moving on to the final part, which I think is going to be the craziest one. I haven't read it yet, but I'm just assuming based off how the spoiler images looked and the order they came out in. But Kawaki then makes a big statement in front of Naruto. Meanwhile, Hinata is listening to everything Kawaki has said so far. Kawaki says, I will destroy the Otsutsuki using the power of the Otsutsuki. I will exterminate every last one of them. Naruto finds himself to be shell-shocked by Kawaki's statement, and so is Hinata. Hinata goes around the table looking extremely concerned for Kawaki. Kawaki, sweetheart, no way. Kawaki gives Hinata a brief look and says that, do you know what I thought when I found out that Boruto was alive? I thought that how can I fail to kill him? I even felt a certain amount of guilt for messing with something so unexpected. However, this time for sure. As Kawaki was about to say more, Hinata proceeds to slap Kawaki across the face, while tears are shedding from her eyes. Hinata says, "This is crazy." Kawaki replies back by shouting, "You can't do it unless you go crazy, like killing your own brother." Kawaki then proceeds to reassure Naruto and Hinata that he hasn't lost his sanity. Hinata proceeds to beg Kawaki not to carry out this plan of his, while shedding tears knowing that she might lose her son. So Hinata is having big concern here for Boruto, of course, all over, Kawaki's desire to kill the Otsutsuki. So now we're on the last 3 pages of the chapter. Kawaki says that he has already made up his mind, and that there is no other way to do this. He also suggests that Naruto and Hinata are too weak to carry this out. They won't be able to kill Boruto, which is why he has to be the one to do it. But no matter how hard you try, you can't do it. So I'll do it, even if you end up hating me to death. Naruto stands bold and states he will not let this happen. He says, "You'll have to kill me before you kill Boruto. Are you still going to do that?" Kawaki activates Ishiki's dojutsu in his left eye and proceeds to open a portal exactly where Hinata and Naruto are standing. His last words to Naruto are, "I don't expect you to understand." Naruto is trying to reach out of the portal, but Kawaki, using his dojutsu, begins to close the portal. The portal closes when Naruto and Hinata being trapped in another dimension by Kawaki. Last page, Kawaki. "When this is all over, you can kill me in the end. So wait until then, Lord Seventh." As Kawaki says that, the last panel on the page is a shattered picture frame containing a family photo of the Uzumaki family. The chapter ends. The side text says, "The destiny/fate that the karma leads to, and the future the boy wished for. What awaits beyond that?" So, I think that last page line, with Kawaki saying that when it's all over, you can kill me, Lord Seventh, that whole line, I think that's a pretty crazy line. I really, really like that. And overall, I just gotta see what this whole chapter, looks like when it comes out. But just based off what it sounded like here, it seems to be pretty crazy, very, very eventful. I'm definitely really excited to read it, and what a way to start off 2023 for the Boruto manga, right? Let me know what you guys thought of the full spoilers in the comments below, but me personally, initial thoughts are, I'm definitely a big fan. Really good pacing this chapter, very, very eventful, and seems like things are getting crazy. But that's gonna wrap up this one. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel if you guys are new. Hope you guys have a good day or night whenever you guys are watching this video. I'm Rewinds, and I'm out.